Hello, YouTubers! It's Bigbabysld. I'm back again with the special video. The special video on my I.M.s collection. Everything I got from my first I.M.s all the way down to the last. I'm going to show you my whole I.M.s spread. Everything. This is one of my special edition videos. This is nothing new. Some of these comics you've seen in my other videos. Some you may have not. 3 years ago, I did a Iron Man video. I was just new to the comic book community. And back then, I wasn't like I am now. Back then, I didn't have enough boards and plastic, so I had a lot of my books were double bagged. I would have comics on this side, but within the last 2 years, I've just been ordering. It's better for your comics. I've been ordering more boards, more plastics, and the newer plastics makes the comic look fresher, brighter. And I have everything singled out. Before, the comics weren't in order. If you look back in my video history, I had to break it down into 2 videos, because when you first start a YouTube account, you were only allowed to make 10-minute videos. And after a certain amount, then they'll let you film as long as you want. And right now, I want to bring a better video and showcase every single Iron Man I have as of right now. Iron Man is one of my favorites. I'm a big fan of the first Iron Man movie. I thought that movie was great. I mean, I thought the first Iron Man was on the level as the original 2 Christopher Reeve Supermans. I thought it was a great movie. The sequels, yeah. The Avengers movie, awesome, great. Let me just put it out there. I did not like Iron Man 3. I did not like it. But let me show you what I got. A lot of you guys may have these books already. You can compare. You may see some books that you need. And let me start off with the annuals or specials, as you may call them. King size special number 1, Iron Man. You got Submariner on the cover. This book's in good condition. There's a little fold right up here, but I don't mind that. It's a great book. Titanium Man. King size special number 2. King size annual number 3, Man Thing cover, Molecule Man with blonde hair. The Molecule Man is very intriguing. After the Secret Wars, he really realized the full potential of his power. He really didn't need a wand. I mean, the Molecule Man, I don't know what he's doing today in present comic books, but he was damn near on the level of the Beyonder. The only thing that limited him in the past, that had him getting defeated by guys like Iron Man, the Avengers, Fantastic Four, was his mind. That's the only thing that limited him, because his power was just out there. I have 2 of these. This was great. Iron Man annual number 4, Champions on the cover. I just saw a video put out on how great the Champions was. I do have the whole 17-issue run of the Champions. It is a great book. And it ended too early, only 17 issues. If you look at one of my earlier videos, I do have a Champions video showcasing all my Champions books. This one I've had for years. It's been read to death. It's all taped up on the side, piece missing down here. There's folds in the corners, and I decided to get a mint condition copy. And by the way, I'm a big Iceman fan. Big Iceman fan. Annual number 5, Black Panther on the cover. As you can see from my other videos, I'm also a Black Panther fan. I am one issue away from completing the Jungle Action series, and I have the run of Black Panther books and his limited series. Is he still married to Storm? Number 6. First Iron Man. This Iron Man number 2. James Rhodes. Teaming up with the Eternals. Here's Rhodes again taking on Goliath. Very powerful villain. Wonder Man and Hawkeye on the cover. Annual number 8. X Factor team up. The white and red armor. And annual number 9. This is the last of my annuals. Centurion cover. Let's start with the issues now. This is the oldest Iron Man I have. Issue 45. I'll try to go through them quickly. I won't explain every comic book cover or we'll be here forever. But this is the oldest one I have, issue 45. This is issue 47. This is a special place in my heart for me because years ago, when I was a kid, I had this book, and a so-called quote unquote friend stole it from me. I had to go outside, help my grandmother with the groceries. He took the comic book, stuffed it under his shirt, and left. I didn't realize till weeks later, and he bragged about it on the phone. This so-called friend. So, you know, yeah, I saw the book plenty of times over the years. It's not a key issue. It's an origin story. But you know what? I decided to order it again. I was like, you know what? Let me get this book again. I remembered having it. It's not a key issue. It's just an origin story, and it's in better condition than the one I had years ago. $48. $49. $54. Submariner on the cover. $63. $66. And $67. $68. Sunfire cover. Oh, missed one. Is $70. $73. As you can see, there are some holes. I don't have a complete run. $74. $76. $78. Oh, I seem to have them in twos every second issue. And $80. 81. By the way, this is not the Submariner. I'm not sure who it is. Looks like the Submariner, but it's not him. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. If I happen to be going too fast, you know, you can always pause your video and take a better look. Iron Man versus Blizzard. 88. Excuse me, 87. And here's 88. '89 Daredevil cover. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. Nope, missing 96. Go straight to 97. Eventually, I'll fill in these gaps. 98. Sunfire. 99. Mandarin. Don't you hate what they did to the Mandarin in Iron Man 3? What a waste of a supervillain. I mean, what a waste. They really could have had a great movie. Just my opinion, people, so you know, don't attack me. But there really could have been a great movie if they focused on the Mandarin. Issue 100. Nice cover. 101, Frankenstein Monster. 102, the Dread Knight. 103. Here's another one. I know this character is dead now, Jack of Hearts. Very powerful being in the Marvel Universe. And honestly, the only way I can see Iron Man defeating the Jack of Hearts is because Jack of Hearts' lack of experience. But this was a very powerful being here, and I would say, and some can argue, that he may have been on the level of the Silver Surfer. Jack of Hearts was very powerful. 104. 105. 107. 108. 109. 110. And 111. $112. 113. 114. Avengers on the cover. 115. And 116. Madam Mask. Missing a few issues. Go straight to 119. 120. Iron Man and Submariner again. 122. 123. 124. 125. 126. I like this cover. 127. Oops, too many. 128. 129. And 130. Hulk cover, 131. 132. And 133. Missing 134. That's 135. I actually like this comic book. I had it years ago. I'm not sure what happened to it. I might have read it to death and it just fell apart. So just a good old-fashioned battle between Tony Stark and the Titanium Man, downtown New York City. They're just kicking each other's ass in New York City. I actually like this book. $136. 137. Skip to 140. That's a nice cover there too. 141. 143. Centurion cover. 144. If I'm correct, this is another origin story right here. I'm not sure. I haven't read this in a while. Excuse me. Too much weight on my stand. 145. 147. 148. And 149. This here is Dr. Doom. Now one of my favorite comics of all times. Issue 150 of Iron Man. As you can see, I had this one for years. I also read it to death. I mean, there's folds here. There's bends right here in the corner. There's a big long bend right here. The spine is, it's a reader's copy. The black is faded. It's almost a grayish color. I got my use out of this book, and I'll probably open it up and read it again. So I had to order me another copy, and I got a mint condition one. I love this cover. It's black again. It's just perfect. I love that cover. I would make a poster out of that. Hell, it'd make a great t-shirt. Dr. Doom and Iron Man travel back to medieval King Arthur era and duke it out. Great comic book. 151, Ant-Man again. 152. 153. 155. And 156. 157. 158. 159. 160. 161. Oops, too much weight again. 161. Iron Man and Moon Knight. Let me fix that. So Iron Man and Moon Knight. Eventually they'll work together again in the West Coast Avengers. I wasn't a big fan of the West Coast Avengers, and I never really saw Moon Knight as much of a team player. Always seen him as a loner. But 163. 164. I have two of these. 165 reader's copy, and the mint condition one looks much better. $166. From 163 on, it's all been leading up to probably Iron Man's biggest pain in the ass, Obadiah Stane, who was featured in the first Iron Man movie, who I thought was a great villain. He was Iron Man's, he was Tony Stark's Lex Luthor. Great villain. He's one of those villains I love. I love the Lex Luthors, the Kingpins, the Obadiah Stanes, the Justin Hammers. You know, they have no powers, but they're powerful men, and they're a pain in the ass. I love those type of villains. 169, pretty much the downfall of Tony Stark. He succumbed to his alcohol addiction, and he was losing his company to Obadiah. Here's a better copy. I can't handle it anymore. You be Iron Man. And for you Iron Man historians, you know who he was talking to. Iron Man #2. James Rhodes. First issue, he donned the armor. Became the new Iron Man. While Tony was going through his problems. 171. I have 2 issues of 172. This is all James Rhodes now. This is his first time teaming up with Captain America. Cap knew something was kind of strange, and he kind of felt that he knew that wasn't Tony. At this point, Tony already dropped out of the Avengers. 173. 174. And 175. 76. 77. 178. Beware, it's Assistant Editors Month. Don't say we didn't warn you. That month during what was it, 1983, they had a lot of funny stuff on the covers. As you can see, Iron Man's flying backwards. We still see Tony struggling with his alcohol addiction. He lost his company, and he lost his Iron Man costume. He's pretty much broke at this point. 179. 180. We know who these fingers belong to. This is James Rhodes' first meeting with the Mandarin. 181. 182, 183, 183. I believe this is the first issue Iron Man has come back from James Rhodes, who was actually in the Secret Wars. Tony didn't get to participate in that because of his problem. It was James Rhodes that was in the Secret Wars, and I believe this is the first issue that he had just come back from the Secret Wars. And the reason he don't have his gloves because he was using alien technology that made the suit like way super powerful when he came back to Earth, and he just didn't want to deal with it. He didn't know how to work with the alien technology. It's 184, 185, 186. $187, $188, $189, $190. Well, I'm missing 191. At this point, Tony is recovering, and he's starting to don his old Iron Man armor. 194. I'm missing a few issues here. Skip to 198. This is still Tony Stark. He's back in the old armor. And 199. Now, this is issue 200. Great issue. Tony Stark is back as Iron Man. He is back as Iron Man #1 with a new costume, more powerful costume. Suit of armor, I should say. It's not a costume, suit of armor. With his silver and red. White and red or silver and red, I'm not sure. But he's back, and Iron Man movie took straight out of this comic book. This is Obadiah staying in the armor. They battle it out till the end, to the death. And the movie took straight from this comic book. This is a great comic book right here, Iron Man 200. #201. 202. That's Kazar on the cover. Wasn't a big Kazar fan. I really don't know anything about him. 203. 204. 205. And 206. This is Tony Stark's first meeting with Goliath, with a Mockingbird Hawkeye appearance. #207. 208. 209, Morgan Le Fay. 210. 211. 212. And 213. The all new Dominic Fortune. This is his son, actually. It's Dominic Fortune's son. 214. 215 is James Rhodes. 216 is James Rhodes again, burning up. 217, 218, and 219. Ah, beautiful white cover. I love when I get all white covers. They're beautiful, and I just pack them away as soon as possible. I just want to keep their freshness, no fingerprints, no ink stains, nothing like that. $220, $221, $222. I like that cover. $223, $224, $225. At this point, Tony realizes that a lot of his tech is being used in a lot of other armored powered beings, and a lot of villains, his tech is in their armor. So he goes on a rampage and just goes after every being that is based on super suits, super powered armored villains. And as you can see, it's not all villains that he's going after. Stingray. And if I'm correct, Stingray works for the government. So, you know, now Tony has become the enemy. $227, going after the Mandroids. Now at this point, the captain comes after him, and at this point, Captain America. He's wearing the black. He's calling himself the captain because, as you know, back in this period, the government took away his Captain America costume, gave it to somebody else, and he came back as the captain. $229. And $230, this is the last appearance of the silver and red costume. The government came back on Tony and pretty much destroyed this suit of armor. So now Tony's back in the classic red and gold. More slicker, not as powerful costume, but pretty cool. At this point, he got people believing that the original Iron Man is dead, even though it's Tony just wearing a new costume, but he has the world thinking that the man that originally wore the Iron Man costume was on a rampage and he's dead. $232. $233, Ant-Man again. Spider-Man appearance, $234. $238. $239. $242, Mandarin appearance. $243. $244. I believe it's another origin story. $247, the Hulk. $249. $250, another another Iron Man, Dr. Doom. It's 100 issues later. The original battle was in issue 150, so 250 they did another one. Whereas before they went in the past, this time they go into the future. This story's not as good as issue 150. Not even close, but it's interesting. 251, 252, and 253. $255, $259. At this point, I pretty much stopped collecting. I just solely focused on back issues. I wasn't collecting current issues anymore, and I was just buying back issues. That's always been my love when it came to comic books, was the back issues. So let me show you. I bought this off the internet. Skip all the way to issue 400. This is the issue where Tony Stark revealed to the world that he's Iron Man, and that's what made me pick this up. So I got like the next 4 issues: 400, 401. They got a 56 up here. I guess this is another volume, but they still got the original number at the bottom. 401, 402, and the very last Iron Man I own. I showed you my whole run as of now. Of course, I'll be buying more Iron Mans in the future, but this is the last Iron Man I own, issue 403. Alright, YouTubers, showing you my whole Iron Man collection. This is a special edition video on Iron Man. Some of these comics you've seen before in my other videos. Some of them you haven't. I hope you enjoyed. This is Big Baby SLD. And I'm out.